let's talk about briefing the assistant referees. And this is primarily, again, for those of you who are taking the basic class that are going to referee U10 and older games. You're going to have assistants. Hopefully, you'll have two assistants, both of which who are going to be in uniform and trained and capable of providing uh, being assistant referees. Neutral, in other words, they should not be affiliated with either team. If they are, then that's okay. You can go ahead and use an assistant ref who has a kid on one of the teams, but keep that in mind. All right, if you're the center, work as a team. All right, the assistant referee is just that. They're there to assist the center to make the correct call. Okay, the assistant referee assists, but they don't insist. Okay, in all situations, the center referee has the final say in any call. Okay, the assistant is there just to assist. All right. Follow standard signals, and we're going to have a demonstration about this later that you'll be able to see, but how to point the flag correctly, and there are standard signals for throw-ins and which way the throw-in goes, and a goal kick, and for a corner kick. So you're going to know all of those signals, and we'll show you in a later slide. And then if the center likes to have some non-standard signals that they like to use, you know, that they've developed over the years as being referees out there, this is when you want to talk to them about it. Or if you're a new assistant and you have any questions for the center referee, this is when you want to ask these questions. If there's anything non-standard, like where do you position yourself for a goal kick? Where do you position yourself for a corner kick? What do I do if there's a penalty kick? Anything like that. Can I see this side of the field? Is the sun low on the horizon? And so does the assistant have greater leeway in making calls on their side of the field? All of these types of things are what you discuss prior to the game. And the most important thing, the overriding concern in talking before the game is how to control the game. Okay? Make sure that all three of the referees, the center and the assistant, are on the same page and trying to control the game to make sure, again, the game is safe, fair, and fun for the kids. It's for the kids, not for the refs. It's for the kids. So let's say you get to a game and you're the center referee and there's only one assistant, okay, that's in uniform there. So what do? Well, what you do is you try to enlist one of the parents from the other team to become what's called a club linesman. And now what a club linesman is someone that's only going to help you with the ball is in and out or out of play, okay? They're not a certified referee, meaning they haven't taken this specific referee class, training class. So, but maybe they know something about soccer because they've been watching their kids for all these years, or maybe they played in the past, so they know when the ball is in or out of play, and you got to explain to them that the ball is out of play only when it entirely goes across the touch line or entirely goes across the goal line, okay? So you got to make sure you explain that to them. So they cannot call offside if they're a club linesman, okay? All they do is call the ball in or out of play and signal in the direction. Or actually, this says what you're supposed to do is raise your flag up. You don't even signal the direction, which it is, you know, what the throw-in is or the goal kick. All you do is raise your flag straight up. And this photo here of this gentleman is pretty typical of a club linesman, okay? He's just in street clothes, not in a referee uniform, and just somebody that's willing to help out. And club linesmen, if they're good, can be a really big help for you as an assistant or as the center. If you're the center, it's better to have a club linesman than nobody there at all. Over time, you'll get to learn how to use these club linesmen, but they are valuable, okay? this module is pre and post game duties. Now, we've talked quite a bit about what to do pre-game, so let's talk a little bit about what to do after the game. So typically to end the game, which we'll talk about later, you blow the whistle 3 times, point to the center circle, and so the game is over now. All right? So once the game is over, make sure you get the ball. Make sure one of the kids, if the ball is out of play, ball doesn't have to be out of play. Ball can be in play and you can blow the whistle. But if the ball is out of play, make sure one of the kids goes and gets the ball and brings it to you. Ask them to do that. And then make sure you give it back to the home team, because hopefully they're the ones that provided the game ball to begin with. Okay? Team handshake. You know, the kid, usually what happens is game's over. All the players run over to their respective sides and hear from the coach, and then they line up along the center line and they go shake each other's hands, okay? And typically in the little kids, nothing's going to happen here, nothing bad, but maybe in the older kids, over time, the U14s, U16s, there may be some monkey business going on during the handshake, so you want to stand there, make sure that you're still a presence there. Okay, the lineup card, there's another slide coming up here that's going to talk about the lineup card, but you want to complete the lineup card and write down any misconducts, which are yellow or red cards. You don't have to write down fouls, just misconducts, which are egregious things, okay? And then congratulate the referee team. In other words, the 2 assistants should come up with you and be right there with you while they're doing the team handshake. You can have a little debriefing. Okay, ask them if they thought you missed anything. Tell them if you see that they missed anything. If there's any learning, teaching moments here, you can talk about it right now at the end of the game. It's a perfect time to do it. And then also, typically, you got to hustle this through, okay? Because typically there's going to be another game on the same field after you've finished, and usually they're stacked up right next, one right after the other. So you got to hurry up. Maybe you got to hurry the teams off the field so that the next teams can get up and warm up on the same field. Okay, so you got to be totally with it and engaged here, even in the post game. Not until after you've left the field of play are you really, quote unquote, done. So that's it for that. So let's talk now about the game cards.